Australian police detained 13 suspects after LGBTQ men were attacked via Grindr. Authorities in Melbourne have detained 13 suspects in connection with a series of robberies and assaults targeting LGBTQ men who use gay dating apps. According to police, the 5 victims were attacked after meeting the suspects on apps like Grindr, where they were assaulted, robbed, threatened, and subjected to homophobic slurs. Some incidents were even filmed, with attackers locating victims' homes via social media. Several of those arrested are under 18, including 2 17-year-olds and a 16-year-old. While 2 have been arrested pending summons, 1 faces charges for attempted armed robbery and criminal damage. An 18-year-old has been charged with home invasion and recklessly causing injury. Police do not believe the incidents are connected. They are also reminding app users to protect their identity and location before meeting others. Acting Commander Kelly Lawson emphasized the police commitment to queer safety, stating, quote, "Everyone has a right to go about their lives, meet new people, and start a relationship in safety," end quote. Grindr has issued a safety warning in Victoria, advising users to take extra precaution when meeting people. Well, first of all, it's when you use Grindr or any other hookup apps, make sure that you're meeting them in crowded public places, so that you don't, where there are surveillance cameras watching you.
Nobody does that.
Right, I mean, you would think it would go without saying that people would do that, but the fact that they have to remind people on the app to do that.
I would just buy don't do the free version. Like pay the $5 for the Grindr and do the one that people who don't
It's not
do
$5 anymore.
What is it, 7?
No, it's not like they're like.
But that do what?
Pricing.
Like there's you
can background information?
No, you could do like a premium option where people who don't pay don't get access to you. It's a more like not randomized. These guys were just on Grindr messaging people who just everyone who downloads it can get. There are different tiers of Grindr. There's different tiers of Sniffies. There's different tiers of all these gay apps that if you pay to play a little bit, you won't just be exposed to anyone who can jump on there and log in anonymously and play with you. I'm just saying,
I mean, it's hard out there.
If you're already going to be on these apps, you might as well do it the right way.
I mean, it's hard out in these streets.
Is it?
All right, it is. It is hard out in these streets.
Let's
Married
look it up
people
right now.
don't even
Let's see
know
how much it is.
So I do have one of the paid subscriptions.
I'm Googling it.
And I don't know that function on there, but maybe it's more of the no fats, no femmes, like that kind of thing.
No, it's not a function.
There.
It's just people won't be able to message you unless they're at a certain tier in their account. Yeah.
That's not true. Free account holders can still message paid account.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
What's the point of having a paid
I don't think they
but
can.
the messages are limited.
And you also only get a limited access. So
Exactly.
So I think the thing is look, gay men, they don't do that. They're like, well, let's make sure that we meet in a public space and whatever, because people use it as a hookup app. And so in a hookup app, you're not trying to go into a public space to meet somebody.
Right.
I'm not saying I necessarily use it as that. But it's just not reasonable to think that. And I remember in my first gay app dating days back in 2014, I was on something very similar, and I met with somebody, and you were itching to say something about this.
I'm not. I just found I got the prices.
Okay.
That's all. Yeah.
So
no. I was happy I found them so fast. That's all.
He got in. I was in the apartment and there was no lights, and I was like, "Why are there no lights in here?" It's like, "Oh, I just moved in and I don't have light bulbs yet."
No.
And I'm like,
No.
"We're sitting on the balcony right now because in the balcony I can scream for help or something." So we sat on the balcony the whole time and then I realized he was harmless and just kind of a weird person that I never saw again.
There are people who will do what you're saying, who'll say, let's go meet for a drink or whatever after a shot is taken. We're like, okay, well, let's go do this or whatever. But that's not 1 in 4 gay men up in here. That's someone who's got a plan for the evening. I found out Grindr Extra so they tried to get you in with more months, less pay. So Grindr Extra costs $19.99 for 1 month. That's expensive. I'll say that's expensive for a monthly thing, but $39.99 for 3 months. So it's like they try to make you get 3, and then $99 for a whole year, while Grindr Unlimited, second tier, there's Casamigos and then there's 1942, is $39 for 1 month, which is crazy. $79 for 3 months. And wait, $240 for 1 year. And what you get is beyond. It's everything. You can use any grid controls. You can get additional features like 0 third-party ads, read receipts from people you're messaging on Grindr, and 5 expiring photos per day. So that also sounds like something a serial killer would do.
They can still message you though,
insane.
but they can message you though.
I know, it doesn't
What's
say...
to stop teenagers from getting them?
And also, but
Nothing.
that's the thing.
Yeah,
Wild.
right.
Wild.
Teenager has been using these not just to lure people to rob, but also some underage kids sign on just to hook up with people.
I toyed with the expensive one. I do the middle one, but the expensive one goes. The benefit of that is incognito because you can still do red on the other ones.
And
too.
what I'm pretty sure is what it is you can message someone on the free one who's in like within 3 to 5 miles. So like if you wouldn't be able to show up if you were of a certain.
It's the first 100 people that's in the grid.
Yeah. So. Yeah,
but
if you live in Homestead, you gotta have your you gotta stay in the middle one because you gotta get out.
Yeah,
you gotta
you've got to
move out.
You've got to star.
Yeah.
I'm guessing there are a lot of faceless profiles. You know, social torsos or you have no picture at all.
Right, but this was eye-opening.